What is up, guys? We are back here for another video, and today we're doing a reel review. So, the reel we are reviewing right now, it's not actually in this box, or in that box, it is right here. Denali covert rod, 6'9", heavy reel. So, this is, here, these are the specs. This is a lews speed spool. They discontinued this version or this model in order to put out the LFS. So if you want this reel, you can't buy it. So you have to buy the LFS, which is just as good. And it has, or it's actually pretty much the same thing. The LFS is. So I've got 10 ball bearings, and it's a 7:1 gear ratio, and what I use this reel for is frog fishing, chatterbait fishing. I've got chatterbait tied on right there. I'll also throw maybe some spinner baits on it. Haven't really thrown them on here, but they will work. Frogs, I don't know if I already mentioned that. Big swim baits. I'll throw lots of big swim baits. If you watched my episode down in on Beaver Lake, I used this exact reel right here to catch a little spotted bass, and I was using a wobblehead on here, 1/2 ounce wobblehead, and so I'll throw wobbleheads on here, really anything on here. And not all, I haven't had this reel on this rod the whole time. Sometimes I'll switch it out on and put it on like a medium rod if I'm skipping docks, or if I'm maybe throwing a light bait that I need a real good reel for it, with a good rod, light rod, or sometimes I'll put it on my Veritas. It depends on the situation. So, yeah. One reason why I like it is its durability. I've had this thing for, let's see, probably 2 to 3 years, and look how many scratches it has. Not many at all. It's not just because I take good care of it, which I do, because right now it's my favorite reel and it's my most expensive reel, but it's also just the paint on here is super good. It's made out of great material. Actually, don't know what material it's made out of, but it's really good. One thing that I do not like about it is the little knob right here. It doesn't have one of those fancy things with the clicking to make to where you know like what notch to set it on and stuff, but nah, it doesn't matter to me a lot. I like the big fat grips right here. These things are nice and big, so whenever you're flipping or reeling in or something, you can just grab onto them. And they're nice, they're steady, your hand is gonna be locked on there. And they're pretty comfortable. I mean, I hold it like this, taking this right here, just gripping it right there. So, that's it. The drag is also really smooth. I think it's 10 pounds max drag. 50-pound braid on here. I've also had 12-pound fluorocarbon on here, and I used it for crankbait fishing down at my local pond, which isn't ideal for this rod. I'd rather like a little bit different gear ratio, but at the time this is what I had, so I just switched out line, and yeah, it cast amazingly far, especially on this rod. It casts super far. So yeah, so I think that's about it. For this, it's a really cool reel. Casts really far once again. Really smooth. Sorry. I don't know if you can see right there. Yeah, you can. But that is, you can actually unscrew it unscrew that little port thing, and it will open up all the gears, which is really nice. So if you have if you clean your reels, you can drop some oil down in there and some lubrication and stuff, and you just start winding it in, or winding, and it will mix up all that lube. Okay, so I think I touched on pretty much everything. Oh, one second, one more thing. I've got this thing right here. Actually, not I've got it, but on the reel, that's the internal braking system, I think is what it's called, right there. Yeah, it has internal braking system. It's really smooth. I'll open it up for you. Oh, another thing is, you see the screw right here? That goes all the way across, and that's what holds this thing on, that little side plate. And it's really pretty nice, because you don't have to worry about about it slipping off. Like some of my other reels, it's really easy for it to slip off, and that keeps it on pretty good. Okay guys, so I'm back, and what you do is you just unscrew this, and it'll pop out like that, and then you are good for your side plate. And you can get it, you can turn it, flip it up, and then just pull it out. Keep the spool in there. Okay, so this is the side plate. Wait, it's upside down. So that is the side plate. You can see there's 5 ball bearings there, and then there's a couple more inside. Okay guys, so thank you so much for watching. I hope y'all enjoyed this little segment. Again, leave a like or a comment and let me know if you're liking these rod reviews, reel reviews. I think next week or next month will be a bait review. Y'all can try to guess which bait it will be. I think for me it would be pretty easy to guess which bait. You know, I use it pretty much every day I go fishing. So thank you so much for watching. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, hit that little red button up there. We will see y'all next time on the next episode of LMB Nation.